Good football game. Give Coach Drank in Missouri a lot of credit. They made a few critical plays down the stretch. For us, it was a game of missed opportunities. We probably missed some plays on offense that we'd like to have back. We struggled with the explosive play on defense, and we shut it down for a while. Then it came back to bite us again. And you can't give up explosive plays. And I thought it was a really good football game. I knew it was going to be a good game. I think this is one of their better teams that they've had. And we got to learn from it, because these are what Big 12 games are going to be about beginning next week. We're going to be in a lot of one-score games, and we got to find ways to win down the stretch. And I'm not disappointed at all in our players, and thought we played hard. We got to make more plays on defense, and we've got to capitalize on the opportunities we have on offense. And we got to grow from it and got to learn from it. We've had adversity before here, and how are you going to respond to the adversity? That's what we talked about. We got a great group of guys in there that are really hurting. I mean, they're really hurting because of losing a football game. But now, how are you going to respond? So what now? What now? You've got to be able to respond.
Coach, how much pain was Will Howard playing for the second half?
Quite a bit, and the fact that we couldn't run him, and I don't know exactly what the injury is. Kellis, we'll get a better idea once we get back, but something in his leg that didn't enable him to run. But man, the kid's a really good football player and hung in there and threw some strikes.
How much their aggressiveness on first down? I think they're the best.
I know it.
Yardage on first down.
Absolutely, especially in the first half. And then in the second half, we started to pressure them more. We needed to pressure them more. We were able to pressure them that whole third quarter and get out of some series. We had a number of 3-and-outs in a row. But when you do pressure, you got to be able to tackle, and you got to be able to play man coverage. And, we all know the Burden kid's a really special player, a really good player. And I thought they did a really nice job moving him around and putting him in different spots and creating matchups for him. And I thought all along this week that Cook's a really good player.
How shocked are you by the ending to win it the way they want it?
I know. You're never really shocked about anything. It's a game of football. Give their kid credit. He banged one in from 61 yards, and what could we do differently? We rushed it. We put a guy back similar to what they did. Kid made a big-time play.
Coach, you were in 12 personnel a lot today. Was that just a result of offensive line kind of struggling in the beginning part of the game?
Well, they were laying their ears back and blitzing a bunch, and you'd have to ask CK that for sure. I'm not 100% sure why of the personnels, but regardless of whatever the personnel is, they were going to lay their ears back and blitz, and we had to make them pay. And at times we did, and at times whether we didn't protect it, to whether we missed on an opportunity on a throw. Or a catch, that's probably what we're going to see a little bit more of is people are going to pressure us.
Brady Cook's taking a lot of heat over here from fans and stuff. How did he play in your mind?
I told you guys on Monday that I thought that kid's a really good player. I thought he was a really good player last year. It wasn't indicative of what the kid was when we played in that rain, and he's a good player.
How much confusion on the back end of your defense did you see today?
I saw more panic than I did confusion, honestly. We struggled to settle in, and we got to go back and look and see why that was. Why did we struggle to settle in? Some of it is they had a couple of good schemes that we hadn't prepared for or hadn't seen, that you have to apply your rules and principles, and we didn't do a great job of that. And some of that is just us settling down and communicating better.
Talk to us about the decision to get Avery in there for some snaps, and how much of that late in the game was because Will was banged up, or because that was the plan?
Well, that was the plan all along, was to he's one of our better players, and so we wanted to give him a small package, and then as we came out of, I think it was half or early in the third quarter, and basically we weren't going to be able to run the football with Will. We put Avery in there to get some design quarterback runs, and I was glad that he got in there. It's going to help him in the long run.
Coach, the offense puts up over 400 yards, but you also leave some points out there probably. So what do you think the
the unit needs to make that next
We just missed opportunities. You know, you go to the whether or not we scored on it or not. We're really in 4-down territory at 3rd and 3, and CK and I are on the headset. We think we're going to get the playoff, and we don't. So we get backed up there, and that kick caused us to kick the field goal. And you know, we got a lot of trust in Will, and Will said, "Coach, I thought I could get it off, and I didn't get it off." You know, and that was one situation. And then a couple of times, you know, I think Will put it on the money. We didn't hang on to it either. I mean, we dropped some opportunities that, you know, this was going to be a one-possession game, and maybe who got the ball last was going to win as even the second half started. And we had a chance with 3.5 left to have the ball with a chance to win, and just missed a couple of opportunities. And we got to learn from it, got to grow from it, and try not to let it happen again.
You mentioned the guys are hurting. What do you tell them after a loss in that fashion?
Well, those guys have been through an awful lot. They've handled adversity. They've handled big wins. They've handled tough losses. We've got, if it were a bunch of new guys, you'd be concerned about it. We got a bunch of veteran guys in there that. One thing is you're not going to point a finger and say, boy, the offense wasn't very good or the defense wasn't very good. We all or the coaching staff, we all have to own it. We all have to be better. And, you know, when you have adversity, you rise up. And that's what I'm looking forward to these guys doing. This one hurts without question. You get beat on a last-second field goal in a game that you think you have an opportunity to win, and the gun goes off and they get the big kick. Yeah, that really hurts because, you know, whether or not we're going to go in and score or get the thing to overtime, and all of a sudden we get beat on a last-second field goal, man, it stings. But we've got to rise above it.
Was the situation with Keegan similar to last week?
We were just trying to get all 4 guys in. I couldn't tell you. You know, I know that he doesn't have the catches and stuff, but I couldn't tell you the amount of plays or how that operated. We've got 4 really good receivers. We were trying to rotate them as best we could to keep them fresh.
You've been rotating a lot on the offensive line, trying to find the right combination.
Yep.
How would you assess how they played today?
I have to watch the film. I'm sure that Rouse would say that we did some really good things. And then, you know, it's difficult when people are outnumbering your protection an awful lot. I thought Will did a good job buying some time. But you know, it'll be good to get Duff back next week, get another guy in there. Even if he's in a limited role, he's going to give us a few more snaps.
What was the issue on their first touchdown pass? How did he get that wide open?
Miscommunication, I think, between the corner and safety, from what I understand.
Was the receiver position for Missouri, were you guys a little surprised at the speed?
Not at all. Not at all. We knew they could run, and we knew they had explosive guys. And, you know, they did some really good things with max protection out of play action, out of some different looks to give him time. And then, you know, you run really fast kids on deep crossing routes or deep what we call scissors routes. You better be able to communicate it. And at times we had a couple breakdowns, and we've got to fix it.